What's up guys, welcome back to my channel, GGFOREX here, and on today's video we're going to be going over my risk management system. Why do I have a system? It's because I've learned the hard way. This is where I've gone wrong. This is how I failed challenges in the past, right? Now, risk management isn't just a bunch of different factors put together. It's a system you have to put into place that you follow each time consistently. That way you get consistent results. So you don't change it by how you feel. You don't change it by what you think is going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen in the future. Hence why you need a system in place to protect your capital, especially when you're in a challenge like FTMO, when you've only got 10% risk to lose. You can only lose 5% per day, and the fact you've got to hit your 10% target in 30 days. So there's a lot of things against you. So having a system in place that protects you from your losers and potentially turns them into winners at the same time is very important. And this is what I have failed many times before, right? So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to break down on the charts exactly how I implement my risk management system where I can turn a 1 to 3 loser into actually money. Right? Because I found through backtesting, I found through my journaling, I found that I'm getting good 1 to 3 trades, right? They'll go halfway towards my TP, something will happen and then it will come back and stop me out. I've lost 1%, but I'm like, it was going so well. So how do I put my system in place to actually save me from these losses and take money from the markets? So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna jump on the charts and show exactly what I mean and how I put the system in place. Right, we are on GJ. Now this is a trade I had marked up. I didn't take the trade, but what I want to do is I'll show you exactly what I mean, how I implement it in the charts, and what are the possible 3 different outcomes that can come from this, right? So, as you can see, I was going in of this candle up here. Look at my impulse zones. Price came up, triggered me in, worked out great. Price started to move down. So, as I said, I have experienced trades where I get triggered in and always roughly get around about a 1 to 3. Roughly, that's where price usually goes within a day, usually through data. Some things change, some things vary, some are variables, it doesn't matter, but through data and back testing, 1 to 3, it's kind of like my sweet spot with all time frames, right? Because again, I don't want to be in the charts or on the markets overnight, over weekend, all the time, because it just messes with your mindset and a bunch of other reasons I've mentioned before, right? So this is a 1 to 3. How would I set this out to protect myself if price come back? How would I get money out of this trade whilst trying to get the maximum results possible, but also protecting my capital? Now how I'm going to do that, I'm going to set it up as a 1 to 3, right? I'm going to have 1% risk on the trade. Now, I'm going to have 2 TPs, okay? I'm going to have a TP at 1.5%, right? If I'm going for a 1 to 3, it depends what it is. It's always half of what the overall result is, okay, guys? So, that is a 1 to 5, right? I'm going to draw the line out. I'm going to delete some other lines to stop confusing you guys out of the way. Make things a lot easier, right? So, this horizontal line, that is going to be TP1, okay? And last TP is going to be our 1 to 3, okay? Right above these equal lows, which gives it more higher probability. So when price came into this chart, right, you got in, price came up, and then price came down, hit TP1. Now what happens in this process is you can set it up in C-Trader, which I'll show you in a second, is when it hits TP1, your stop loss will automatically move to break even. So what this does is you're getting in the trade, it's moved into your direction, you've bagged 1.5 or half of the move, right? So you're taking off half of your position. You're leaving half on, you're taking half off. So what this means mathematically is at a 1 to 3 trade, price has triggered you in, it's come down, it's hit your first TP at 1 to 5 at 0.5% risk because you're taking half off. You're going to be left with 0.5% gain to your account. You've bagged that, that's yours. You can't lose it. It's in the bank now. You've made money from this trade, so already whatever happens now, you're going to be in profit, which is amazing, right? So there's now two other outcomes. Price can continue going down and hitting your second TP, but again, you're not going to get a 1 to 3 out of this because you're already taking half off. So now you've got 0.5% risk doing a 1 to 3, leaving you with an extra 1.5% gain. So you've got 0.75% bagged already, and now you've got 1.5%. So you've got 2.25% gain. That is yours to keep, right? In your bank account, you've made that from a 1 to 3 trade, 2.25% gain. Now that doesn't sound great, but what if price never hit your last TP? What if price came down to your first TP, hit that, your stop loss gets moved to break even, and then price comes back up, test your entry again, you then get stopped out of the trade, right? But you can't be mad at it because you've already bagged profit from this move. You already made money from this trade, right? You've just protected your capital, depending what time frame it is, or how you've done it, or how you set up the system, aggressively to what you want to trade, how you like to trade. This is how I like to trade, okay? Or there is another outcome where price just goes through your stop loss and you're wrong all to begin with, right? Your analysis was wrong. So you've got a way of, one, being safer with your capital. This way, you're either going to get one, or for a 1 to 3 trade anyway, 2.25% or 0.75%. Or you're just going to lose the trade altogether. There's only one other way you can play this system, is you can have your TP1 hit, right? TP1 hit, take 0.5% off the trade, so you've got 0.75 bagged, it's in the bank, you've got 0.5% left if you're risking 1% overall, 0.5% less at risk. You don't have to then move your stop loss to break even, you can leave it where it is. Because if you're seeing through your data and your back testing and your research that price comes back to retest your entry and then goes to your second TP, you might be okay with leaving your stop loss there and for price just to play out and whatever happens, happens, but you've already bagged that money, right? So in this example on GU, if I had my TP1 set at 1.5% into my trade, so halfway, so I'm bagging 0.75, and then I move my TP to break even like I did, I got stopped out, but I've already bagged 0.75%. But if I did it the other way, like I just explained, I've bagged 0.75% and leave my TP where it is. If it then stops me out, I'm still 0.25% in profit. I'm still gonna make money from this trade, right? You can still hold the trade. You don't have to move to break even. You can adjust this system to what best suits your trading style, to what you get the best results with. For me personally, moving trades to break even just secures it a lot better. And you have to be aware that obviously if you're leaving your stop loss where it is and not moving it to break even, it could be harder to build that back up. But again, you have to trade your plan. You have to plan your trade on this. So it has to make sense to you with this system, but at the end of the day, you're either going to lose your trade outright. You're either going to hit your halfway, it's either going to go halfway and then stop you out of break even. So you still make money at 0.75%, right? Or it's going to hit your target, hit your halfway mark, bagging you profit, protecting your capital, and then fully completing the trade, giving you the full amount. Or it's going to hit halfway, come back up, test, and then go to your second TP, right? Or it's going to just come back up, test, and stop you out, and you're still going to be left with 0.25%. So this is the system that I'm implementing in to help me pass FTMO. Because I can lose, right? This is simple maths. I can lose, I can have 14, right? It's technically 13.3. I'm just going to call it 14 trades, right? I can do 14 trades at a 1 to 3. None of them have to hit overall 1 to 3s. If they just do 1 to half of my move, right? So wherever it is, I'm going to stick to 1 to 3 because that's what we've been discussing. But if it just does half my move and then I move it to break even, bag my 0.75%, I will still pass FTMO by technically having trades that fail. By not actually doing what I wanted them to do, just by doing half of the move and protecting my stop loss, I will still pass FTMO because that will give me over 10% by having 14 trades that didn't really work out. And if you're trading like that, what are the chances of trades actually working out? You're gonna have trades that go to all the TPs. Yes, you're gonna have some losses, but what I'm saying is you can technically have 14 trades that don't work out and you're still gonna pass the challenge just by having this trade management system in place. And I'll go over it again with different examples. So this is on G Swiss, sorry, not GU, this is pound Swiss. Now I'm gonna go on GU and show you the same example, right? I got in on this 2-hour candle, right? I was going for a 1 to 3, I believe. 1 to 3 was roughly down here. There was reasons for price to come this low, right? So I was going for a 1 to 3. What happened, right? This is a great other example of what happened. Price triggered me in, came down, right? Made more targets, made me more excited, right? But look what happened, right? This is what I mean by saying you don't control the outcome, you don't know what's gonna happen next, you can't predict the future, like you can't be like, yes, this is definitely gonna happen, you don't know. This is why you need systems in place to protect your capital, because anything can happen, right? So, I'm in this trade, price, if I'm following my system, I want price, right? I'm gonna go on the replay tool to make it easier. Right, so let's say I'm in the trade. I want price to do 0.5%, and then I'm gonna have my first TP. So that's 0.75. TP1 is gonna be there. My rest of my TP is gonna be at a 1 to 3. Right. Oh, this is awkward. Close enough, right? That's gonna be a 1 to 3. So what do I want to see happen next, right? I'm gonna play it out. Right, so price is hit TP1. What do I want to do then? I want to cover to break even. Now I have bagged, right? I have bagged 0.5% risk. If price comes back up, it stops me out. I'm out the trade at a gain of 0.5% gain, right? 0.75. And as we know from previous, it's annoying me, but I'll just show you anyway on here. I'll get in on there. As we know, price would have stopped me out. So, showing you the different outcomes, right? If I wanted to do the second outcome, which was take half my position off at half of the move, right, bagging 0.75%, leave my stop loss where it is, and just letting price do what it does, it would have stopped me out. I would have lost 0.5%, but I'm still up 0.25%. Even though the trade failed, hit my stop loss, didn't do the complete move, I'm still in profit. Or option A, which is price did half the move, I covered my stop loss, it stopped me out, I still made 0.75% profit, right? And obviously option B would have been, it would have just blasted through my stop loss anyway, and this was just a wrong decision, right? I was just wrong at that time. But what I'm saying is, how I trade, I get good reactions. I'm literally trading the reactions in those key areas and capturing profits and protecting my capital at the same time. As I said, I could do 14 of these trades, these failed trades, and I'll still pass the FTMO challenge. And it isn't an amazing trade, it's just protecting my capital in a smart way. If the trade hits my stop loss and I don't cover my stop loss to break even, I still make money. If I do protect my stop loss, I still make money. If the trade just loses, I lose, it doesn't matter. But that's why it's a numbers game, okay? You move on to the next trade, you learn, you grow and move on. But this is how you protect your capital. This is what you need to do on CTrader. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to hop over to my CTrader account and show you how I would actually put those trades on in the market. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put in an order on pound CAD for a quick buy, and to show you how, getting alerts on EJ, just to show you how I would put this in on CTrader. So I'm copying the information over from TradingView, and I'm putting that over into CTrader, okay? So what I'll do is I'll go on new order. I want to do a market order. It would be a pending, whatever you do, it doesn't matter, right? So I'm going to have 0.4 risk on this, and my stop loss, let me just put my stop loss information over. And my take profit is 1 to 3. Right, so it's a 1 to 3, risking 0.2 to make 0.4, okay? And I'm just going to place that order, okay? So that order is on. So how do we do this, right? What do we do? What's the next steps? As I said, you can't do this on a pending order. The only way you set up multiple TPs is when that order is active, when it's live, when it's open, okay? So what you need to do is go into your, not orders, but you go into your positions, you click the little shield icon for advanced positions, and then you have TP1. Now, what you want to put in here is how far away TP1 is for your entry, right? So if I figure this out, so my half of the move for a 1 to 3, so I'm looking for a 1 to 5, right? How many pips is that away? So that's 62.3 pips away from my entry. So I want TP1 to be 62.3 pips away. 62.3 pips away. And I want to take off 0.2% of the position. So what does this mean? That means that on TP1, we have half our position being taken off. We have, if you have 2 lots on there, you'll be taking off 1 lot on TP1, and then you'll keep 1 lot on to then hopefully hit TP2. If it doesn't, your stop loss gets moved to break even, okay? So, and then TP2 won't matter on that moment because we don't need it. We only need TP1 because we've already got 1 in there, okay? So we're gonna have half our position taken off, and then move stop loss to break even when gaining 62.3 pips away, which is the same as TP1, okay? And then click apply. We have technically a trade where this is, let me zoom out so you can see the 2 different ones, right? This is TP1, right? This is TP1. When price hits this TP area, our stop loss will move to break even, and we'll bag 0.75% of that trade, right? That's done half the move. Then if price continues to go on, it will hit our second TP, right? That will bag us the whole move, leaving us with 2.25% gain in total. Or price will hit TP1, then come back, stop us out at break even, leaving us with 0.5. Or price can hit the first one, come back to our entry, then come back and hit the second one. Either way, the numbers are in our favor. If our does 1, which is hit TP1, come back, break even, and then we've made money. 2 hits TP1, comes back, messes around a bit, our entry, then goes and hits TP2, we make money. Either 3, TP1 gets hit, comes back, stops us out, we still make money, okay, without moving stop loss to break even, or we're just wrong to begin with, okay? So this is how I money manage. This is how I risk my positions. I'm just gonna take this trade off for now at a 4p gain. Look at that, amazing, right? So this is how I put my system in place on my trades. If I'm going for a 1 to 3 or I'm going for a 1 to 4, I'll have TP1 half of that move, because that's usually what happens. That is the safest move. I've back tested this personally. You're gonna have to do it yourself, but this is how I back test it personally. And I take half of my position off, and you can see the multiple ways of protecting your capital by, again, moving your break even or not. But you've bagged money, you've worked hard, you've predicted where price is going to change or change in that position. You should take money from the market. You earned that, that's yours to keep, protect your capital. So guys, I hope this video's made sense. I hope it's clicked for you. I hope you had a few aha moments, and I really hope that that has helped you stop you losing trades, actually turn your losers into winners, and just protect your capital. And as I said, remember, write this down. You can have 14 trades. I mean, this is only 1 to 3 trades, right? They're not great. Most people get 1 to 5s, 1 to 10s, right? But I'm just going to do 1 to 3 as an example. You can do 14 trades at this where none of them hit the overall move, and they only go halfway and they come back and take you off a break even. You could do 14 of them and still pass, and technically not having a winning trade. You've just played it smart. You've been a smart person. You've said, I don't trust the market. I need to protect my capital as much as possible. And you've done the right thing. You've protected your capital. You've played it smart. And this is how you get rewarded, because a bunch of 0.75% gains add up to make 10%. And I roughly do 5 trades a week, so that's 20 trades a month. If I just do quick maths on this, right? 0.75, let's just assume I only hit TP1, remember, times that by 20 trades in a month. I'm still making 15% gains on my account at 1% risk, only doing half the move and moving to break even, right? I'm still making 15% that month on the trades that didn't work out. That's the game changer of this, right? Even if you never move to break even and you just let it play out, which probably means that the majority of your trades might win, depending. You've got to do testing on this, right? 0.25 times that by 20 trades in a month, you make 5%, right? And that's assuming that all your trades just lost, right? You've got in, you got your 0.5%, and then they always took you out. That's assuming that's going to happen. You're still up 5%. And then obviously if you wanted to do the whole move, let's say you never lost, which isn't going to happen. So let's just say you lost half and then you've won another half, right? So we'll just say 2.25 times 10, you've won 10 trades. You're up 20 odd %. All right, you lost the other 10, okay? 20 odd %, you lost the other 10. So let's just say minus 10, right? You're still up 12.5% of the month. Crazy, right? So guys, let me know what you think about this in the comment box below. If you have enjoyed it, give us a like, share, subscribe, do what you want to do. I told you this one was going to be a big video, a big game changer. So guys, I'll see you on the next one.